Hey, Dragon Slayers. It's been about an hour or so since my last meal. So you can see my blood sugar is 227. So it's Easter weekend, and I just decided to take the weekend off. I'm having all the carbs, all the bread, all the pie, and the cakes and the cookies, and I've been having a great time. After Easter weekend, gonna get right back on it. I'm gonna do some fasting and get back to my usual routine. So my blood sugar is probably gonna be high for the next several days. My video tonight is all about it's asking the question of is maple syrup healthy? Well, got bad news for you. All these maple syrup lovers out there, that sweet syrup is every bit as sugar laden as table sugar and much easier to go overboard with. Can you remember the last time you measured out just one tablespoon of maple syrup before dousing your pancakes? 1 tablespoon of maple syrup on average has 14 grams of sugar. So, in the description below, I link to an article on maple syrup. It has been consumed. So, maple syrup is made from the circulating fluid or the sap of maple trees. It has been consumed for many centuries in North America. Over 80% of the world's supply is now produced in the province of Quebec in eastern Canada. There are two main steps to maple syrup production. A hole is drilled in a maple tree, so its sap pours into a container. The sap is boiled until most of the water evaporates, leaving a thick, sugary syrup, which is then filtered to remove impurities. The final product can be used to sweeten many dishes. Maple syrup is made by tapping sugar from the maple trees and then boiling it, as I explained. And there are different grades. So there are several different grades that are characterized by their color through classifications and can contain various levels of intensity. In the US, maple syrup is usually classified as either grade A or grade B, where grade A is further categorized into three groups: light amber, medium amber, and dark amber. And grade B is the darkest of maple syrups available. The darker syrups are made from sap extracted later in the harvest season. These have a stronger maple flavor and are usually used for baking, whereas the lighter ones are drizzled directly atop food like pancakes. When buying maple syrup, make sure to read labels carefully. This way, you'll get real maple syrup and not just maple flavored syrup, which can be loaded with refined sugar or even worse, high fructose corn syrup. So it contains some vitamins and minerals, but is extremely high in sugar. So it gives you about 7%, so 1/3 cup is going to give you about 7% of your daily requirements of calcium, 6% of potassium, 7% of iron, 28% of zinc, 165% of manganese. Though maple syrup provides a decent amount of some minerals, especially manganese and zinc, keep in mind that it is also packed full of sugar. Maple syrup is about 2/3 sucrose or table sugar, and 1/3 of the supplies around 60 grams of that sugar, essentially, right? Like there's the split. And consumed in excess, sugar, as we know, may be the leading cause of the world's biggest health problems, including type 2 diabetes and heart disease. The fact that maple syrup contains some minerals is a very poor reason to eat it. Given its high sugar content, most people already eat copious amounts of sugar. The best way to get these minerals is to eat whole foods. If you eat a balanced diet, then your chance of lacking any of these minerals is extremely low to none. So it's maple syrup is in that category of no, you really should not be eating it every day. If you decide to have some on occasion, it's fine. Maybe limit yourself to about once a month or so, but know that it is the equivalent of table sugar. It's not going to give you any additional benefits to offset its sugar content. So that's what I've got for you guys today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And remember, you and I will slay the dreaded diabetes dragon.